don't listen to you.
I'm going to show you guys how to basically tape a hand for boxing, MMA, amateur, pro. First thing you do, you need a roll of gauze. You need one roll of tape. You need a knuckle pad. You need some scissors. First thing you do, take your roll of gauze. Make sure your fighter has his fingers spread at all times. You want to cut off circulation. You start up about 4 inches up the wrist or so. You start your wrap. You want to keep it firm, but don't cut the circulation off. This is very important.
Just today. There today. I already got a good amount in.
Come through the hair. Now, depending on if your fighter is a striker or a grappler. If he's a striker, you go around the thumb. If he's a grappler, you don't have to go around the thumb. Okay, Tommy here is a striker, so I'm going to go around the thumb. Just like so. Okay? Now, go around a few times, maybe 4 or 5 times. You apply a knuckle pad. You put it right across here, where just the end of his fingers are exposed over the knuckles. You hold it, come right across like so, all the way down to the wrist.
How you feeling?
Now you come back up, fold this over, and ask your fighter to hold it with one finger. This becomes your knuckle pad. This is across the back of the fighter's hand. Should make a nice uniform pad across his knuckles so he doesn't break anything. Then back around the thumbs again. Hold everything nice and tight. On a heavier fighter, you want to use the whole roll of gauze. I typically use the whole roll of gauze anyway. That way everything stays nice and uniform. You don't break a fighter's hand. You just simply keep going. Keep wrapping until you reach the end. Now some states, they don't allow you to put tape over the knuckles, in most states actually. So you don't have to apply any tape just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right here. I'm going to say, Tommy, hold that. Okay,
What are you doing?
I apply my first piece of tape. I go right around where my fighter's holding it. One piece of tape across. Okay. Now I tell him, turn your hand over. Now you want to create a bar in the middle of his hand. So what you want to do, you want to gather and pull. If you have to, you can cut it a little bit to create a bar across in the inside of his hand. This is going to fit in his glove, like so. Okay. If it's a real tight wrap, you just snip it a little bit, and it'll create his bar. Okay. Now, some guys shred the tape. I don't like shredding the tape. You don't have to. It's not necessary. What I do is I take the end of the tape, put it in the gauze, I tuck it in, just like so. Okay. I tell Tommy, turn your hand over. As he does, I rotate my wrist through. You don't want this real tight in here. What it does is it pinches in between his fingers, makes it comfortable for your fighter. Take it all the way back to his wrist. Okay? Turn the hand back over. He turns back over. You do the same thing again. Okay? Tuck it up under. Rotate. Very simple. Pull it back. Just like so. Okay, Tommy, turn your hand over again, please. Okay? Now, come underneath here again. Tuck it way up under. Tommy, turn your hand over. Okay? So you're right here. Now, you should have three knuckle splits in between. Okay? If they're real tight, they're gonna, when he makes a fist, it's gonna bother him. Should fit good. Okay? Because you still want them loose, but you want them in there. Okay? Now.
Dad, I can't find my
Go away.
bag.
I'm on video. Go away. Okay, so we're here. All right. Start right back here. Piece of tape. Now you want to make it kind of firm, but you don't want to cut your fighter's circulation off. You can have him talk to you, tell him if it's too much or not enough. Okay, it's good. All right. Okay, now take a piece. Most states the rule is 1/2 inch behind the knuckles to 1 inch. I usually go about 1/2 inch. What this does, it gets the tape over the bar underneath. Okay, because you still want that bar underneath. Your hand on top. You still want this bar underneath here. So by going 1/2 inch past the knuckle, turn it over. That's usually your required fist. That way, there's his knuckles, they're exposed. Pads here, tape is back here. Okay, that way you're within regulation. Now, I like to go around a little bit, come up over the top, follow that bar underneath again, right around. Over the thumb, and straight. Okay. Keep her. Okay. I finish it off just like that. Turn it over, Tom. Now you can clean all this up here. Real simple. If this is bothering you or bothering the fighter, just take your scissors, cut right around it. You tell them, Tommy, go ahead and hit. Pound it up. You check it for any loose ends. If you have loose ends, you just simply clean them up. That's how you wrap a hand for boxing or MMA.